guys, how are you doing? My name is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, my site where I blog about all my thoughts and experiences and everything that I think and feel about the tarot cards. And I also review decks and books, and I've written a book about how you can do awesome tarot readings using the images of the tarot card as a basis, for forming the card story, and then you have your storytelling techniques. I mean, it's a great book, even if I say so. It's good because especially it fills a void, I think, for beginning, intermediate, any level of tarot reader who finds it difficult to kind of bring it together in a reading. So if if that interests you, the links are in the description of this video. I also do readings. I also mentor students. So if you want a reading with me, if you want to learn with me, any of that, the links are in the description. I have a newsletter. You can sign up for it. Anyway, all that promo stuff aside, the point is we are in December, and the theme for December, and this whole year of 2018, I've done videos every month where I do talk about what the theme for the next month is going to be like, and then of course in that month I do a video about the theme that we have taken or selected or the cards have directed. Basically the whole idea for doing this whole theme every month kind of thing was to show you how you can incorporate tarot cards in your everyday life. I mean, yes, you can use your cards for divination purposes, for doing readings, for knowing, I get the job, is he gonna ask me out, is this gonna even last, all that sort of thing. Yes, absolutely, you can use your cards for that. But there's more to the cards than just those kind of questions. There's real stuff where, because yes, they are a great tool for divination, don't get me wrong, and I'm not against that. I'm all for that. But the cards can be like your best friends. They can be like a mirror. They can be something. It's like unlocking something inside of you as you spend more time with them, get to know them, get to understand them, ask them questions, literally from the stupidest sounding questions to the most complex questions about life itself, right? You can ask them anything and they will answer. The point is, you should know how to interpret that answer. That is the challenge, right? And so I have tried to show in my own little way through this whole theme of the month thing how you can, with examples, with spreads and so forth, how you can bring this into real life. I've called this whole entire series Tarot in Real Life. So there's a playlist, of course, and you can watch it back to back if you want. Some of them are pretty long videos, be warned. So anyway, the theme coming to this video, okay, long intros are my thing. I guess I have to change that for next year. And see, that's the thing. I'm doing these workbooks that I do every year, and which help me do some goal setting. And I know it sounds a little promo-y, weirdy, or whatever, but it's not. It's like these workbooks, at least as I discovered them, as I kept discovering them one by one, and every year I discovered something more, something new. And so what happened was, flashback to Six of Cups moment, flashback to few years back, when I discovered one workbook and then the other and then the other, it has helped me focus on my life and how I live it. And it has helped me focus on how I live it. And it has helped me focus on, becoming more focused, because that is my big problem. Not being focused, but being able to finish what I've started. So which is why as we wrap this whole theme of the year kind of thing, I have this great sense of accomplishment. And that is the theme of this month, accomplish or accomplishment. And funnily enough, as I've been working through these workbooks, each of them calls you to kind of come up with a word of the year kind of a thing. And it's always circled back to that point because you have no idea how many unfinished projects, novels, stories are stored in my computer, or in my crafts drawer or whatever. It's just mind boggling. And as I sat there and then I looked at the stuff that I have actually gone ahead and finished, and I'm looking at these, big pile here of unfinished stuff and a small pile of finished stuff. And I'm trying to evaluate here, what's the difference? Why did I manage to finish this one and not that one? Or maybe the time for that has not yet come. Who knows? You can never really tell. So anyhow, long story short, the word of the year and the theme of this month, right? The word of the year for next month and the theme of the year for this month are accomplishment, right? And so I was actually sitting and thinking to myself, okay, great, I have to now make a video where I talk about this. And I said, okay, just like every day, I do a spread video? But then I'm going to be doing a spreads video later on in this month. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I looked at my tarot cards and I said, okay, there are so many different cards in our deck that talk about accomplishment, but in slightly different ways. So I struck gold. That's the video we're going to see today. We're going to look at, I'm going to just literally in front of you go through all the tarot cards in the deck, and we're going to see if the theme of accomplishment even shows up in that card. Some cards it doesn't, but it's okay. And when it does show up, how it shows up. All right. It's an exercise more for me also, so it's good fun. So stick around. Okay, so here we are, and as you can see, I have my Universal Pocket tarot deck over here, and I have my regular Universal deck over here. But for this video, because it's just about looking at the cards, I'm gonna forego my video deck, and I'm gonna use the regular sized deck now. I know you guys must be wondering why I'm not putting in my box. I have a bag. It's because the box got worn out because I use this deck all the time. This is my working deck, as I like to call it, my work deck. And so yeah, this is the universal weight deck. And okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove these bookend cards, and I'm gonna just separate the entire deck into its component parts, the suits and such, because that'll make my life a little bit easier, I hope. And here we go. So let's look at first the major arcana cards and look at what the whole point of accomplishment, how it shows up in the major arcana cards. And now I want you to look at this time I'm trying to keep my video short and sweet, so I'm hoping of course to not talk much. I'm just asking you, so I'm going to be a little bit quick, but I hope it will not be insufficient. Look at the laurel wreath that the Fool is wearing. The laurel wreath is a very big symbol of success. And I'm not saying that we are going to only look at cards where they show laurel wreaths, but that is a big, like a big sign in the tarot symbolism, so to speak, to show success, because we see that this is back to the Roman times when the generals who had been victorious, when they returned to Rome, a wreath of laurel leaves would be placed upon their head, and that would therefore this laurel wreath became a symbol of success, of accomplishment. I have to say that word. But it's true. It's a sense of accomplishment, right? And so even though this Fool card signifies a new start, a new beginning, a new, everything, literally a new dream, it is still the fact that he has this bag on him, which is full of his hidden talents. Nobody knows what he's got. Sometimes even he doesn't know. But the thing is, this is not a very new start for him in that way. It is a new start of a cycle or a new phase or new beginning, but it's not like the absolute first beginning for him. Okay, so in this way, he has already accomplished something before in his life. And now, having done that, because if you see, the story begins with the Fool card, ends with the World card, where this is the big laurel wreath you see here. But after that, he goes back in here. After the World card, after 21, goes back to 0. So that's actually the big major kind of story there. So there is already something he has accomplished in the cycle prior, or in the phase prior, or in the whole journey prior. So that is that sense of accomplishment. And it is with that he begins the new dream and starts afresh. So that's this sense of accomplishment you see in the Fool card. The Magician, well, he creates. Whether it brings him a sense of accomplishment or not is a different story, but he is a person who channelizes the energy of the universe to manifest and to create. Okay, it may give him a sense of accomplishment, but there is a hint at it that doesn't show up full on over here. High Priestess, she's looking deep within, and so I wouldn't necessarily associate accomplishment here. Now Empress, oh yeah, she is she is creating, and she has created, and so yes, she has accomplished, right, a certain amount of abundance here and creation here. So, these growing crops and the trees and everything, and she's supposed to be pregnant and stuff. So the point is not only, and of course, she's also wearing, do you see that laurel wreath? Let me hold this up. She wears a laurel wreath in her hair as well. So yes, there is definitely, not because of the laurel wreath, but because she has manifested already, she has created, she has accomplished a certain amount of abundance and growth in what she's doing in her domain, so to speak. The Emperor. Oh yes, he's worked really long and hard to come to where he's at. Look at him. He's probably spent his whole life doing what he's done, and now look at him. He's become old and all of that, but he has finally become the Emperor. He has accomplished what he has set out to accomplish, what he set out to do, really. The Hierophant. Oh yeah, okay. Now, Hierophant represents a religious leader. That's kind of roughly the meaning of the word Hierophant. And so he is now in this position where he is teaching these two students, and these keys are the keys to knowledge and wisdom and so on. So he has accomplished all of that. He has attained all of that. And now he's teaching them and giving those keys to them. So yes, there is that sense of accomplishment in the Hierophant. The Lovers. Okay, this is more like a connection and kind of choice kind of a card. I don't sense accomplishment here. Then Chariot. Yes, definitely. Again, the laurel wreath shows up, right? We don't see that in the Emperor. We don't see that in the Hierophant, but does show up in the Chariot card. And this is a different sense of accomplishment. With the Chariot, he has, with the power of his will, he has attained control over opposing forces, and it is with his willpower, with his ability to control his emotions and his thoughts and everything, and use his knowledge, he has set forth in the world and accomplished something. He has attained what he wants to attain. He has won. He is victorious. That is the whole thing with the Chariot. And so yes, there is that sense of accomplishment there. The Strength card. Well, she isn't necessarily wearing a laurel wreath here, but the sense of accomplishment that I sense from this card is more like she has accomplished victory over her ego, over, her pride, and over herself. And it's a very inner sense of accomplishment kind of thing. The Hermit, he's more of, he has experienced things and he's willing to share. You might have a hint of accomplishment here because he has gone through various experiences, and so he has that. He has experienced stuff, he has accomplished stuff, and now he's contemplating everything. He's taking all those and experiences, and he's now ready to share them with the world. Maybe there's a slight bit of accomplishment here. Wheel of Fortune. Now this is just, what's going on kind of a thing. Justice. This is more of a decision and implementation thing. Hanged Man. This is a perspective thing. Death is more like, allowing change, endings to manifest. Temperance is a transition and an evolution. Devil, confronting the darkness of the material plane. Tower is just shaking everything up. Star, maybe there is a hint of accomplishment here, but this is more, again, a very, very, very slight hint that, okay, after the experience of the Tower, there is that whole, I have become calm, I have experienced this, and now I'm letting go and stuff, and that kind of accomplishment. Maybe. What do you think? What do you guys think? Moon, Sun. Okay, Sun maybe in a certain way. This is more about finding clarity in that sense, and finding joy and enthusiasm, and finding one's childlike nature. If that connects with a sense of accomplishment for some, it might. So there you go. Judgment, and World, of course, World. Finally, you come to that point where you have accomplished all that you have set out to do right at the beginning of the whole journey of the major arcana with the Fool. So there is that definite accomplishment, and of course this big laurel wreath here. And yes, so World is, and when this card shows up even in a reading, it means that you have either depending on where it shows up in the spread, it means that you have accomplished, or you are on the right path to accomplishing your long-term goals, what you have set out to do, and so on and so forth. So these are cards from the major arcana. Now let's quickly go through the minors. Ace is a beginning. 2, now he's just thinking about expansion and growing and so forth. This guy, 3 of Wands, he's still waiting and watching. 4, this is the celebration because they have accomplished something here, right? So that's why they have celebrated, because they have found that balance, that harmony, that joy. And it's a stage of kind of, stability with the 4. So there is that accomplishment here. 5, no. 6, yes. This one also has 2 laurel wreaths. I don't know if the 4 has a... Oh yeah, look. I don't know if you can see this. These 2 people might... It does look like... It kind of looks like they're wearing laurel wreaths. What do you think? So anyway, this guy is definitely wearing a laurel wreath, and there's one on his wand, and he has accomplished that success. He has managed to get his people in order, and he's managed to kind of lead them towards success. So that's the accomplishment there. 7, he's still battling. 8, things are moving. 9, he's being careful. 10, he's just burdened. And then we have these court cards. Okay. So why am I not looking at this at the whole accomplishment angle in the court cards? Because they're people, right? So court cards, yes, they will have their own characteristics, but you will always, if you're looking for a specific kind of meaning energy that way, so it has to be along with something. So to look at it that way, that's how I would say. Ace of Swords. Maybe he has accomplished clarity through all the nonsense, but it's still an ace and a beginning energy, a starting kind of push there. 2, no, she's still deciding. 3, ouch. It's a hard ouchie. My little niece, right? If anything, she gets hurt somewhere, she says, "I got an ouchie," and so this one is like a hard ouchie. Okay, 4 of Swords. Nah, he's still, dealing with it. 5 of Swords. Maybe, now this is interesting. Now this is a feeling I'm getting here. Tell me if you guys agree with it. This guy has won. He's won whatever the fight is, the argument is. Maybe these guys gave up, they walked away, or they just lost. Whatever it is, he's gloating, but he's happy because he won. Whether he won fair and square, or whether he won because he was actually right, now that remains to be seen, really, but he won. That is accomplishment, on a certain level. This one, no, they're transitioning. Well, he's quite the thief making off with his loot. Does that signify accomplishment to you? Like he set out to steal and he accomplished it? I know. Tell me. 8. No, she's still stuck. No, there's no accomplishment here or here. And these are code cards. Okay. Now the Suit of Cups. Ace of Cups, again, the beginnings of the emotional journey. Maybe these two have accomplished a connection, but again, accomplishment. Now, this is something, again, very, very subjective, right? If you manage to kind of bring about or create or work upon a very good harmonious relationship, to some it's just normal. To others who've had tough relationships, for them that gives them a sense of accomplishment. So again, it's a very subjective term, especially in the emotional realm. So I definitely have that sense of accomplishment here. If you can have that kind of emotional connection with someone, it is something. And it's interesting, though. I just realized this woman is wearing the laurel wreath. Ta-da! Okay. This one is again celebration. Yes, and there's the harvest. They're celebrating the harvest. Harvest is an accomplishment where you've done everything all through the year, and finally you have the fruits of your labors. You're harvesting them, and that's an accomplishment. That's what you celebrate. Nope. This guy's not having any of it. He's like, nope. And no, this guy's too sad. Oh boy, he's too focused on what is lost than to look at what he still has. This is totally the flashback card, and maybe because you have all these flowers in these cups. Again, you might be flashbacking on your past accomplishments. That's the thing here. Oh look, accomplishment is, the laurel wreath is one of his many desires. Success, victory, glory is one of his many desires. Oh, this guy walks away. Maybe that's his accomplishment. You never know. Oh, this guy's very happy. He's accomplished, emotionally what he set out to do. He's happy, and maybe emotionally, mentally, financially, all various levels, but emotionally this guy's super contented, and that is a sense of accomplishment too. Find emotional contentment is not easy, folks. 10 of Cups again. Yeah, sure. Look at these guys. Look at how all of the world we have created. Look at what we have accomplished. Look at our happy family. That kind of an energy here. So yeah, there is that accomplishment here. And all these are code cards. And finally, we have the Suit of Pentacles. I don't know. This one is all about the big chunk of money coming in. Whether that gives a sense of accomplishment depends again on the context of in which it shows up, really. Juggling for money, juggling the money. Does that give you a sense of accomplishment? Now, this is very subjective. Here, I would definitely have a sense of accomplishment because, they're coming together and they're making something really happen. This is tangibly manifested. And even, this architect brings the plan, this sculptor stands there and sculpts it, and the priest blesses it. So there's that accomplishment of different levels for all these three people in this card. So yeah, why not? And there's definite manifestation. So you have accomplished something here. Four of Pentacles. Nah, he's too just holding on. No, this one is... No, I wouldn't say. This one would not have that. Six of Pentacles. Now here's interesting one. This guy, this merchant, has accomplished enough success in his life that he is able to, be balanced and at the same time be generous to the people who don't have what he has, right? And so he has come to that point. He has accomplished that status or stature in his life, which allows him to be, maybe having a measured sort of approach towards generosity. So that's he has become accomplished. That's why he's doing it. Or he has accomplished a certain level, which is why he can do all this. Oh, this is definitely a sense of accomplishment. Look at this guy. He's like, oh my God, I spent so many hours tending to this field, and finally, look at all the fruits of my labor, literally. All of them are here. He's grown these pentacles, he's grown these fruits, and he's like, when will they ripen so I can go enjoy the fruits of my labor? So yeah, there's definitely, look at him, the way he looks at them so lovingly and like, oh my God, my babies, I grew you. Okay. Oh yeah, this one definitely, Eight of Pentacles has that sense of accomplishment. Look at all the hard work he's put in, all the pentacles, the difference, like he's learning by doing, and finally he's attained a certain level of perfection here. So yes, that is that sense of accomplishment. I'm working so hard. I'm doing this over and over and over again till I am perfect. And now I'm perfect. So, or as close as I can be to perfect. So, hey, that's the sense of accomplishment. Oh, Nine of Pentacles is definitely there. She has, even the classic meaning of this card is an independent woman. And so she has enough wealth and luxury and foresight and planning, right, to create a good life for herself. And she's going to continue to do so. There is definitely an ongoing sense of accomplishment in this one, right? And of course here too, Ten of Pentacles, they have accomplished, the dream has come true, and the business is doing good, the family is doing good, even the little doggies are doing good, and the kid too. So, and the grandpa and everyone. So everybody's happy, and, tree of life and all that. So yeah, totally. This is accomplishment, right? And then we have these quote cards. Okay, so now these were all our cards and all the different kinds of accomplishments that we saw, or rather the shades of accomplishment. Can I say that? 50 shades of accomplishment? Were there 50 cards? Definitely. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, did you agree with what I said? Or maybe were there cards that I missed out on? Or maybe were there cards that I misinterpreted? Whatever your thoughts are, please write them in the comments below. Let's have a nice little talk about it. Tell me your thoughts, share your thoughts. And if you like this video, definitely click the like button. Share this video with your other tarot loving friends, and subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere, on social media, Instagram. I do card a day readings and a bunch of stuff there. Subscribe to my newsletter, all of this. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch all my long videos. You have no idea how much I appreciate all your love and support that you have shown me this whole entire year, and I hope that I will continue to serve you better and better and in more efficient ways even as we go into 2019. And I hope to see you around and all of that good stuff. So I will see you again next week with another video. In the meantime, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.